Evan Lucas, how big a blow is this US federal court ruling to Donald Trump's trade policy ambitions?
It's a blow. I don't know if it's a big one just yet. I mean, again, we've already seen that they are immediately going to appeal it. It does put his policies around his tax into consideration. I mean, his big, beautiful bill, as he calls it, is based off and funded partly off the whole tariff trade structure. He's already been, pushed on this point around the backtracking that he's been doing, particularly with the European Union and China. So it just fits into all of that machinations that has been the new Trump administration since he was inaugurated back in January and where we currently sit.
So we saw US markets, futures and the US dollar pick up on this court ruling. I mean, this may be a handbrake, as you say, on Trump's plans, but uncertainty remains. What happens now?
Yeah, that's it, right? The uncertainty is probably actually increased, I would argue, in terms of this period because it prolongs the whole scenario. It needed to happen. We knew it was being brought about. The probability of it not meeting the 1977 Emergency Economic Powers Act was always there. I mean, that's what's so interesting about this is that the trade sort of court had always mentioned that this didn't necessarily fit into the whole scenario. But if you're a business, all that you've got now is a longer period of time to deal with it. It's now becoming a protracted lawyer's picnic. Your ability to buy forward and to future-proof your business is just that much harder because, again, he's going to fight it. It could go all the way to the Supreme Court. And in the end, it doesn't change anything from other countries as well. Do they then take their tariffs off immediately until they get put back on if the court ruling gets overturned? It's just added another level of complexity, probably.
What should investors be reading into about the state of America when a federal court is questioning the authority of the US president and the US president is questioning the authority of a federal court?
So far, they've looked through it, but the earnings guidance that we're getting from US corporates is not a great news. I mean, the actuals are now coming. We know the confusion. We know the forward expectations are hard to forecast, but the actual impact it's having on business is now becoming front and center, and the court play out just adds that next level of credibility / complexity to dealing with the current scenario, which is unknown tariffs, unknown costs, dealing and negotiations with both domestic and international players has become that much harder.
And Trump was embarrassed at the White House during a press conference overnight when he was quizzed about the taco trade. That is, Trump always chickens out. What's that all about?
Yeah, he bristled, didn't he? He was not impressed with that terminology at all. He tried to put it back onto the idea it's the art of the deal. It's a negotiation. But, I mean, there's a pretty reasonable concept around why the taco trade is there. If you have a look, basically since April 8-9, when he postponed the reciprocal rights tariffs that have now clearly been deemed illegal, the market has sort of looked at it going, he's going to get caught in this trap. The market is now waking up to the fact that he's using it as a negotiation tactic, but it is also showing that he can't afford to actually completely tank the US economy because his whole plans then will go by the wayside as well.
Well, one thing that is certain is that Elon Musk's time as a special government employee in the Trump administration is up, but it was a pretty unceremonious departure. Are markets reading anything into this?
Not yet. I think the way to look at it is what he now brings when he gets back into the chair at Tesla. The Tesla share price has been all over the shot, admittedly, since the pause with particularly China. Tesla has done pretty well, but it's been rudderless since he left. There is no executive direction in terms of where it sits. So, yes, it's been unceremonious and fairly hush-hush. I think the better question will be whether or not him now back in charge of Tesla, does that do it upside help or does he bring more harm than he already had already?
Another piece of news that was key for the market was Nvidia's first quarter results. We saw sales up 69% to $44.1 billion, beating expectations. While the China trade hit was $4.5 billion US dollars, it was slightly less than expectations. Can Nvidia continue to walk this line between geopolitical tensions and AI innovation and continue to impress investors?
Look, it can, and I think if you look at what Jensen Huang has done since he really drove the AI revolution and the chips that use it, I mean, 90% of all global AI at the moment is run through Nvidia chips. It shows that they not only are they nimble, but they're being run very, very efficiently. The future of it is still, priced to perfection. Not only did they shoot the lights out, this was incredible numbers, but even with that, there's still an unwavering question. Are they overpriced? Can they justify where they're at? So there's other parts of the Nvidia story that I think is more fascinating, which is the bottom-up structural side rather than the geopolitical side.
Evan Lucas, thank you.
Thanks, Alicia.